maybe part of the reason I make music and have made music, and God put these talents in me to put on paper and put out in the world, is to have met you. You know?
What?
Yeah. I mean, I believe it. And yeah. Hey everyone, I'm AJ.
I'm Alyssa.
This is my fiancée, Alyssa.
That's crazy. That was the first time.
I know. A lot of you have seen our proposal video, either on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. I've never even done this before.
Holy shit.
But we wanted to just do a quick Q&A, like about our engagement or whatever people asked via my Instagram. So I did it.
How's it been?
It's
First
been
week being engaged.
First week being engaged. I'm sure people have asked already, but it's been, I don't know. A lot of people say that. No. A lot of people say that nothing changes, but I feel like an elevated level of happiness.
Aww.
I really do. I mean, and also maybe that comes with thinking about the future and thinking about, I don't know, our wedding, family, things like that.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't feel like, I wouldn't say it's different. It's just like happier, and I feel like blissful, and all the excitement from the actual proposal I still feel. And I hope it, like, I wanted to say, like, this is so exciting. It's so fun.
Yeah, love it. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna do some questions. Our friend Kris is helping us out. Let's do it.
First question: how many people did you end up telling before you proposed?
Ooh, I don't even know.
Yeah, you don't know. So for those of y'all who didn't know, I did it during a live stream show called Crazy Talented Asians, a show that I started 2 years ago. Thanks. And I told the performers, I asked them to perform before even, telling them, but I ended up telling all the performers just because I knew that would give them a little more, I don't know, another layer of excitement, that they were part of not just this amazing holiday show that I was putting together, but also that they get to be part of this night that is really important to me and Alyssa and our love story in general. So the first people I told was Didi and Issa, because I was planning on them to be there in person. Unfortunately, the lockdowns happened again, for the better, of course. as I cough.
For the better, of course.
Something was in my throat.
Uh-huh.
So I told Didi and Issa first. I told my family a little later because I wanted to make sure that my sisters wouldn't give it away at all.
You thought they were gonna spoil it?
I mean, like, my sisters, I don't know, not that they would do it on purpose, but like on accident they would, like. I mean, I talked to my mom about it, of course, and there's a video online that we have of me asking her dad for the blessing.
Mom.
And mom. I was gonna emphasize, and mom was there as well. So I asked both the parents. So of course they knew beforehand. And I told not random people, but like random instances where I was on the phone, either talking about the show, and I was excited, and like wanted to tell them. So some people who I may not even normally would have told, but in this circumstance, when we're talking about the production and stuff, like everyone at East West Players knew, I could talk about that for days. So let's go to the next question.
When did you know this was it for you?
Oh.
Whew. When I did look through the questions, it was the most asked, I feel like.
Yeah.
So
when did I know this was it? It's hard to say like one specific example. When I like look back, we've been together for over 4 years. So when I look back at like the span of our relationship, I think honestly, I knew he was the one based off of how our recovery from certain arguments were, because I would never go through like any hardship unless it was worth it. Not that our relationship has been hard, but the way we've had to learn how to compromise and learn how to argue. And when after the year after going through a lot of those like stupid arguments, I knew like this is it, because essentially we know how to compromise. And then also I think after living together too, after going through the hump, that was another hump, is learning to live together. Yeah. After going through that, it was like, this is it. Like this is what I want for the rest of my life.
We probably would be like tearing up and being a little more emotional now, but we've done it all.
We've cried so much.
We've watched your proposal a couple times already.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked to family and friends, and it's been really emotional. Also similar to you, where it was just like little things that were happening. So of course, living together, our families going on vacation together.
Oh yeah, that too.
That is when I was like, not because I felt a pressure or anything like, oh, if we break up, it's going to suck, you know, although I did think that. But it was more so like, wow, I really see our families becoming one, you know, and it's not just about us. It is, but it's the people who come with each other's lives and stuff. So the family is one thing. I do remember having a conversation with my friend Roz. I was doing ASAP in the Bay Area. It was a Filipino TV variety show. It was a live concert. And I was just sitting in the lunchroom with her, and she asked, is she the one? And I was like, yes. That was the first time I actually, because my mom has asked me before, and my friends and stuff, but that I was sitting down, I remember that conversation so well, because she was kind of talking about her love life and stuff and what she's going through, and I was just like, yes, I completely believe that she's the one. And that was in January 2019. So.
Ooh, not that long ago.
Wait, true.
Whoa.
Okay, well, and let me backtrack a little bit, is because I also wouldn't move in with somebody and, you know, and do all these family things if I didn't want them to be the one. Do you know what I mean? And although I did feel a very, very strong connection, I think in the context of marriage anyway, and doing the proposal and engaging and stuff, that's, you know, you're right. It didn't come to mind immediately, like a year after us being together. Yeah. I was always thinking long term, but engagement and wedding context.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I'm just giving you a hard time.
What are your pet peeves?
Oh, God.
Ever since living with one another.
Pet peeves. Oh, should I start?
Please.
Pet peeves. We're different in terms of cleanliness and organization. Oh my God, it's not even cleanliness, but the organization. I love organizedness. I love being organized. And AJ is completely messy and unorganized. It's true. Everyone that knows you knows that's true. Maybe it's not necessarily dirty, but unorganized for sure. So that drives me nuts. It still drives me nuts, to be honest. But I love you, so I'm just gonna like live with it.
Cool.
No, you've gotten
no.
You've gotten so much better.
That's the thing. I wanted to rebuttal and talk about growth, because the way I organized before was just something that made sense to me. So no, if someone came into my workspace or whatever, or my gaming space, or even my bedroom, they wouldn't know where to get anything. Yeah. But now, yes, I've grown to do things.
Have spots for things.
Buy
Put
organizers.
Your shoes on the rack.
Sounds good. It says, what is something surprising about one another?
I guess like something that surprised me about you is how giving you are. Like how generous you are with your, you know, you love giving people gifts and treating, you know, your family and friends. Yeah, you're always surprising me with little things, so.
Oh, nice. For me, it's that she has these movies that she watched when she was younger that she knows all the quotes to. So we went to go see Willy Wonka live at the Hollywood Bowl, and she was like saying all the lines and singing the songs, and I was so shocked.
La gustas? Save some room for later. That's the mom.
I didn't even remember that, but that gives me a little peek into like your childhood and stuff. So
Sure.
that's what I love. I love that, and Matilda and all these movies you watched with your siblings when you were younger. So
What would be your theme song for your guys' relationship?
so funny because in the beginning when we would fight quite often, I would think about Julia Michaels' Issues.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I
hate that song. Oh, I don't hate it.
Them too. I'd say like some of the Disney stuff that we sing, like this is crazy because I associate Disney with my childhood, and also I sang A Whole New World millions of times since I was a kid. But I think of you when I listen to those songs now. So.
Aww.
Yeah.
Like Me by AJ Rafael.
I did write that about her, so check it out. Spotify. It's a good theme song. Yeah.
Was she a fan of yours before you two started dating?
Was I? Yeah, I was. I did a cover of She Was Mine in high school.
With our friend Neiman.
Yes, with my friend Neiman. We sang that song at a rally in front of the whole school.
Kris, did you know that?
Crazy. So yes, I guess you could say I was a fan of your music.
That statement might seem weird to some people. I feel like, first, she didn't come up to me to ask for like a signature or a photo.
Okay,
when we
should back up. Like, yeah, when we first met at Disneyland
at an audition called Heritage Festival, and she came up to me.
No, I did not. This didn't happen. So I didn't go up to him. It was a callback. So there weren't a lot of people in the room. We all had our audition binders, and I went to the corner and I sat down, and AJ said hi to me first. He said, "Hi, I'm AJ," and I was like,
I did.
Hi.
Okay, I remember.
I know your music. I remember saying
you're
that.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say like, "Hey, you came up to me and said you're
I would
AJ."
never do that at an audition. Be professional.
Well, so at callbacks too, and I'm not a theater type person. Like I don't go auditions all the time, so I'm a little more friendly than some people in the room would normally be. Only because I'm not necessarily used to that environment. So I'll go up to people and be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm AJ." I'm like, have my binder and stuff.
And I'm the opposite. I normally don't talk to anyone because I'm in like the zone.
The zone, you want to focus. So
that was, but I noticed you were the only, I think you were the only other Filipino in the room.
Yep, for
sure.
sure.
So I think that's why I sat next to you, but I didn't it didn't connect that you were
right.
AJ Rafael. It's weird saying
I know
that.
it's weird because you're going to be Alyssa Rafael soon. I feel like fan has a weird kind of stigma, maybe even, of what that is. But to me, meeting someone who already had some kind of preconceived notion in a good way of who I was based on the art I create from my heart and my brain. My music is something that comes from me. So if there's somebody who knows, that's 50% of my story, really. I truly believe it is. Then that's just a head start into either a friendship or what became a relationship, you know? And I mean, maybe part of the reason I make music and have made music and God put these talents in me to put on paper and put out in the world is to have met you. You know?
What?
Yeah. I mean, I believe it. And I think everything happens for a reason, obviously, and the fact that maybe we would not have talked further if you didn't know my music, or if you know. And then looking you up on Twitter because you did tweet. I have the receipts. She said just had a call back with AJ Rafael or something like that.
Yeah.
I have the receipts. And me finding that because I have my name on search, and then me DMing you saying, "Hey, I'm here to help with if you need a piano track or something or sheet music," and then you hitting me up again. And what if, and this goes along with not just my music, but like my past and my past relationships and stuff. And like, you know, me kind of going through this road and I met you when I was 28 or 26-ish, and then we got together when I was 28, and all of that has led to the moment of me asking you to be my wife, and then marriage, and then kids, and
it's crazy.
But yeah, I've been kind of waiting to tell you that.
Wow.
So.
Well, I don't think that was probably one, but I think your music has transcended for other reasons too, and our story is just one of those. So it's beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't like kissing on camera.
It's weird.
Weird.
Kids. What are your thoughts on them for you two?
Kids.
I love kids. I want to have kids. Not now. I want to wait a little bit. I think I would love to get another dog. And then...
For a kid.
I do want to travel a bit before we have kids. Not saying you can't travel with kids. It's just another expense.
Sure.
But, yeah, I want to have kids. I want to have 3 kids. 3's the magic number.
Of course I'm open to...
It's whatever happens.
Whatever God wants and whatever happens.
If we will be blessed if we have 1 kid.
So true. So true. But...
We will have kids.
Kids for sure.
Are y'all going to do a Disney wedding?
Ooh. We actually just started talking about what our wedding is going to look like. What we want it to look like yesterday.
Which I love. And that honestly is like, I used to think of the proposal and engagement as like kind of the top of the mountain, or like the big goal, you know. I mean, it shows in how I planned it, and I wanted to do it grand, of course. And, you know, as much as I wanted to do it just at Thanksgiving with your family and stuff, you know me, like, I just want to go all out. So that's why it happened in the way that it did on the internet. All that to say is that the exciting part really is after, when we get to talk about the wedding, we get to talk about the house we want to buy, we get to talk about our family and stuff. But the wedding has been really exciting to just kind of bring up to each other, and who our bridal party is going to be, and where we want it. But actually, surprisingly, like Disney theme and things like that didn't come up at all.
No.
And I think as much as we are known for like Disney content, and she works at Disney Studios, you know, unless it's at Disneyland, and
unless Disney wants
unless
to
Disney
throw
fairy tale
anything in
weddings,
there.
Disney fairy tale weddings,
Hey,
we would
we
be
love
perfect.
Disney.
We love it. If it's not that, I'm not going to be putting hidden Mickeys and stuff on everybody's dinner plates, you know. Like, as much of a Disneyland nerd I am, I don't think I would do that.
Yeah. What we've, like, talked about, we want it to be very us and non-traditional in some ways. Like, not the typical template. We just want it to feel as us as possible. You know, Disney is a big part of...
Yeah.
Us. That's how we met.
It's how we met.
So who knows? We might throw in hidden Mickeys. You're
right. Why did I
discount it?
Why did I like exclude that? Maybe not.
Just not like the princessy,
right?
Traditional like. But
I mean, now that we're talking about it, I'm like getting ideas. Like,
I think we've changed our answer
to
a little bit.
Maybe.
To maybe it could be
interwoven, weaved. Yes.
What do you love most about Alyssa?
I like this one.
Once a week, we'll be sleeping. Babe, what do you love most about me?
And he never answers it. He always says everything. Like, I want specifics.
There's not one thing I love most, though.
But you could have something you love most that week.
One thing lately has been like the way you care about Bean and Kitschy, of course. So
they're my children.
It makes me love your caringness, you know, your caregiving nature. I love seeing that, and because it could apply to me, could apply to our future kids and stuff. So yeah, that this week is something that comes to mind at the top.
Yay, I love that one.
Do you feel a lot of pressure to be the perfect couple because you two are so looked up to?
Ooh.
Whoa.
I
didn't even see that one.
I don't think we've ever talked about this.
Whew. It is a lot to think about because I have always felt pressure just as my own singer-songwriter person who, you know, I've had people come up to me say, I am a singer-songwriter because of you. I picked up piano because of you. Some people say I'm proud to be Filipino because of you, so that's even deeper identity than just being a musician. There are people like one of our friends now has literally told me that I saved his life.
Oh, yeah.
And that is through my music, you know. That's a lot of information, love, things like that to take into my being. Mm-hmm. And I don't necessarily look at it as a burden, but there is pressures involved with that because I do want to be a role model, like when I'm on Twitter and stuff, and I have to apologize for certain things because I'm tweeting like a madman and, you know, things like that. So of course, as a person, I would always feel pressure, not in a bad way, a good pressure to be a good person, the things I do, the values I have, to be a family man, things like that. And now that I've introduced the world to my girlfriend, you know, and people...
What? Girlfriend?
Oh, shit. No, that I'm talking about like when I did, right?
I'm just kidding.
Fiancée. When I started showing my girlfriend more on social media and things, I think a lot of people noticed that. They're like, you're so happy. And I wasn't consciously being like, here's my girlfriend. It's like that just started happening because I'm happy and I want to show all of our things, our adventures and what we go through and stuff. So then I started noticing, and when we made a YouTube channel last year, that people started to look at us as a couple. And then we go viral on TikTok together and we're doing these work from home duets and people are like, I love you guys as a couple. We're getting crazy amount of followers. You know, she's at 100,000 on TikTok and my growth keep going as well. And it's like, now people know us as a couple. We were interviewed by Good Morning America.
I know.
As a couple. So now that I'm recapping all of this stuff, there is of course there is a certain pressure, but not to be perfect, but to be real with each other, because also the audience, I know the audience feels at being in social media for a long ass time, when someone's being disingenuous or, you know, fake and stuff. Like, I love being just real, you know, and that comes with me being real about what we go through. We don't show everything we go through, but, you know, we share enough to where I think people do look up to us for advice and things like that. So I'm happy about it for sure. But when it's put like this, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
To answer the question, I don't feel pressure to be a perfect couple, because I think especially after we did the Jubilee video talking about our relationship and our story and our journey, mm-hmm. I think after that came out and seeing people ask me or in the comments about, you know, being vulnerable and like talking through some of the stuff that we've gone through, some of the arguments that we've gone through and all of the challenges. Yeah, it opened the gates to be more, to share more and be more honest, instead of, you know, pretending that everything's a perfect or, you know, just happy and laughter all the time. It is like that a lot of the time for us, especially now we've gone through all of the stuff before. So no, I actually don't feel pressure to be that perfect couple. I would say I feel more pressure as well as you to put on a good example and not ever represent my family or our friends or anyone close to us in a negative way or things like that, but not us. Like, I never felt, I don't feel pressure to put on a face.
I mean, at the end of the day, we don't necessarily have an obligation to anybody but ourselves to be who we are. But the fact that we have shared our love story with so many people and they love and support us, I'm endlessly grateful. And like the stuff that comes with it, I'm sure that if we feel burnt out, or like if there's a point where we're like we don't want to share anything anymore, that would be totally fine. But at the same time, I love that we have so much love and support, and it's emotional because people care about us and they root for us and they have our back, you know, and they want us to do good. So yeah, I love it.
Me too.
I love it. Yeah. All right, this is the big one.
When is the wedding gonna be?
Question of the year, baby.
Our most asked question.
Our most asked question,
now.
And we've only been engaged for a week, is the question before was, when are you going to put a ring on it? Everyone was like, wife her up already, like, you know.
Who knows? No, we've talked about this, and we answered it on AJ's Instagram that a lot of people's weddings have been postponed or moved because of COVID.
If someone planned to be married in 2020, in 2018 or 2019, they're all getting pushed back to 21 to 2022.
I've thought about that a lot in 2020 and felt sad for all of the couples that have had to push things or change it.
Everything goes the way it's meant to go.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
We would love to have it in maybe 2022.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So the general answer is 2022. I'm not attached to a date per se.
No, I'm not attached to a date either. I mean, we love the number 3, but
yeah, March
3rd. It's just going to come down to what is available and what makes sense. So
yeah, with a lot of things, like financially, you know, if everyone can make it during that time, if things are okay by then, 2022 would be a goal.
A good goal, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a long answer to the most asked question. Well, we want to say thank you to our friend Kris for helping us film this video and asking the questions. We want to thank our friend Danny, not just moral support, but like literal physical things that she is helping and has helped with us. Everyone at Crazy Talented Asians, the crew, East West Players for allowing me to put on the show with y'all. It was the production within the production that was
so
the proposal for me to ask Alyssa to be my wife. So I'm very freaking grateful for everyone who made that moment possible and for everyone who kept it a secret. Thank you.
And our families who, you know, gave us our blessing since, you know, we've started dating, really.
Well, I mean, like since they started going on vacations together and stuff, I think they've known. Yeah. You know, and it was really cool that I had that moment documented. So yeah, we'll do another reaction video. So check it out on our channel. Cool. Thanks everybody. I don't know what else to say. Look at this.
We're engaged.
We're engaged. Woo! See y'all next time. Bye.